Stress less. 3 natural ways to take it down a notch. Stress is a natural reaction in the body, and too much of it, though, can be a killer. There's a study that's done annually by the American Psychology Association called Stress in America, and in their 2012 survey, they identified that some of the physical reactions to too much stress are things like insomnia, things such as anxiety, muscle pain, and a number of physical conditions that happen in the body as it tightens down and prepares for stress. In fact, only about 37% of the Americans in this study indicated that they felt like they handled stress well. That means that 63% of the Americans in the study said that they felt stressed. And this is going to be an example for me of all of you who are speaking and all of you who are evaluating. This will be my 2/3 of the crowd today that are feeling stressed. So, some of the reasons that we feel stressed are that sometimes it can be about our job. We have pressure around that. It could be around financial issues. It could be around relationships. It might even be around a chronic health issue that we have. So some of the symptoms that happen with stress that we know about, this is a common topic in our society today, are things like irritability, anger, sleeplessness, fatigue. Sometimes we eat too much. Sometimes we don't eat anything. Everybody reacts a little differently to handling stress. But the thing about this is that stress is really a perception, because the body reads stress in the same way, whether it's a good issue or a bad issue. So if we have a good stressor in our life, for instance, maybe we are going to be driving to the airport to hop on an airplane and go on a vacation in the islands, that would be a good stress. We've got to get there on time. A bad stress we may judge as something that is like a car pulling up behind us. We hear that screeching sound right before they smash into our car, and we hear that crunch. That would be a bad stress. But either way, the body reacts in a similar way. And what happens is our autonomic nervous system, or the automatic part of our nervous system, kicks in, and the reaction is somewhat the same. When we're under stress, we move into sympathetic mode, which is the pupils dilate, all of our muscles start to clamp up. It's actually down to the cell level, the veins and arteries, everything gets really, really tight in the body. And what happens then is our breathing picks up, and our heart rate picks up, our digestion stops, and the body is just in what's called sympathetic overload. And this is happening more and more and more in our culture more of the time as we have more gadgets ringing and buzzing as we go along. The opposite reaction is what we want to try to induce in the body, which is parasympathetic response, and that's to relax and try to bring more relaxation and calming into our body. So what we do is, into balancing these two sides, is we have to address the subconscious part of our being. And one of the most powerful ways to address the subconscious is through our senses. So today, I'm going to talk to you about some daily rituals that you can incorporate, no matter where you are, to try to reduce stress. And these are really simple, and it's going to help you stress less. So sometimes we'll be in a situation where we don't have a way to step aside and meditate or take a nap or go to a yoga class or go for a hike or something like that. So we have to come up with little tools. And the first one I want to talk about is the sense of sound. The sense of sound is something that's been used for thousands of years for people to do things like sing or chant. But one of the things that I think is really fun is to actually hum a tune. So today, we're all going to hum a tune together really quickly so that we can kind of do two things. One is when we hum, it slows down our breathing. And when we hum, we also get a slight vibration that relaxes our face and our muscles. So the song of the day is the first part of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. You ready? Very good. Thank you very much. That's the first one you can do. You can also hum without actually humming. You can just imagine humming, and it does the same thing. Now, the second sense we're going to talk about is the sense of scent. And I brought some essential oil of lavender, which is very calming because I use this a lot in my business, and I thought you might enjoy trying a drop or two of that. You're welcome to open it up if you want to, pass it to your neighbor, or just don't even use it at all if you want to. But we use the calming that's involved in plants to try to help us relax a little further. And what happens is when we use the field of aromatherapy, it actually helps us calm ourselves. We take a smell in through the nose, and it hits the emotion and mood section of our brain and helps us relax significantly. The way you should do this is take a drop or two, if I can use this one. Take a drop or two in your hand, and then you're going to rub your hands together and cup it around your nose, or you can just smell out of the bottle. Very nice. The third way that I want to talk about is sense of touch. The sense of touch is something that we've used from, again, since the beginning of time to try to calm ourselves. In the sense of touch, we can think about things like touching a baby's skin or petting a cat. That's a nice feeling. It's calming. We can also know that if we're walking barefoot and we step on a rock or a piece of glass, we have an opposite reaction. We get tense and stressed from that. Plus it hurts. So today I want to talk to you about a way you can use your hand and an acupressure point called Hoku that you use your thumb, and you're going to press right into this part of your hand right here. Blissful. And you can spend 10 to 15 seconds holding that up to a couple of minutes. And that's a great point for relaxation that you can do anywhere without people watching what you're doing. You can also rub your earlobes, actually, if you weren't aware of that. So, in summary, we've talked about a couple of different things here. It's really up to each of us to manage stress, and the way that we do this on a daily basis in developing a practice of managing stress is really what's going to help our health. Your effort is going to help you reduce pain. It's going to help you in terms of boosting your immune system. It will improve the quality of your life and make you a much happier person. So today I talked about these 3 natural ways that you can use your senses to get into your subconscious and calm your body. The first was the sense of sound for humming. The second is the sense of scent with aromatherapy. And finally, the sense of touch with acupressure. So I want you to continue to try to stress less, and I hope that you'll live long and prosper. Thank you.